A father and his daughter, a mother and her son, a grandfather and his grandson, a grandmother and his granddaughter. When my uncle got married, I was in his wedding. The wedding was 3 years ago, and now I have a cousin. I remember when my aunt was pregnant. That was 6 years ago, and now I play with my cousin together. This is my family. This is my son and his wife. This is my granddaughter. This is my grandson. These are my grandchildren. I am not an only child. This is a photo of my brother. I hope my parents to have another child someday. I don't like being an only child. She's an only child. I'm an only child. He has been my girl. He has been my boyfriend for 3 years, but we got married yet. I'm not only child anymore. My cousins are twins. I'm a twin. She's a twin. When I was young, I imagined that I was a teacher, and now I am a teacher. When I was young, I imagined that I was a teacher. The boy is imagining his daughter. The children are imagining that they are sailing in the ocean. 15 years later, they are still married. When I was young, I imagined my wedding day. Now that I'm an adult, I realize that I like being a single. I might not get married. I might never marry. The boy's father and his aunt are showing him how to use a computer. Someday, my nephew will know more about computers. Someday, my nephew will know more about computers than either. Either my brother or me. Can I hold my knee, please? Knees, knees, knees. Nephew, niece. Nephew, niece. I'm happy that my sister is a mother and I'm an uncle. This is me. This is my father. This is my mother. This is my uncle. This is my aunt. This is my cousin. My name is Susan. This is my daughter. This is my nephew. This is my niece. Although the tickets have become expensive, I also fly in first class. His flight arrived 2 hours ago, but his suitcases haven't arrived yet. We bought this bicycle today so we don't have to drive the car to work anymore. Her nephew can't work yet. Her nephew cannot work yet. We still live in the house, although it was damaged in the hurricane last week. They are not single anymore, they got married. Her parents are married, but he's still single. Her clients are getting divorced soon. They have been married for 15 years. She's telling her friend that she didn't take the last slice of cake, but she's telling a lie. He told his wife that they would go to movie. He told his wife that he would go to the movie, and he told the truth. He's telling a lie to his manager about why he can't come to work today. It's important to tell us the truth. She told the lie when she said that she would watch television with her husband and not work. He's afraid to tell the truth about how the lamp broke. When I was young, I imagined that I was a teacher. Now I'm a teacher. When I was young, I imagined my wedding day. And now that I'm an adult, I realize that I like being single. I might never marry. I might never marry. And now that I'm an adult, I realize that I like being single. I might never marry. Have you imagined what our grandmother's life was like? I imagine our grandmother's life was very fun. She had noted she had many cousins, and I know our grandmother had lived on a farm. She had many uncles, aunts, and cousins. Did you know her favorite cousin used to visit her every year? Yes, when she wanted to visit her family took the train of the city. Can we go there? Can we go with can we go visit there? Yes, our uncle John lives there now. We can drive there this afternoon. Is this the farm? Yes. Isn't it beautiful? I can imagine our grandma and her cousin playing here. Let's go inside. Our uncle let me have a key. Can I go to Anthony's party on Friday at 10? No, you can't. The party starts too late. My mother won't let me go to the party. Can I go to the movie with Mary tonight? Yes, you can. Mary is a very nice girl. Have fun. My father will let me go to the movie. My son is the only child. Is an only child. We don't have any other child. I like being an only child because I don't have to share my toys. When I was a child, I imagined my wedding day. Now that I'm an adult, I realized that I've realized that I've realized that I like being single. I might never marry. Now that I'm an adult, I've realized that I like being single. I like being single. I might never marry. Have you ever imagined what our grandmother's life was like? I know she lived on a farm and she had many uncles, aunts, and cousins. Did you know her favorite cousin used to visit her every year? Yes, when she wanted to visit her, her family took a train from the city. When she wanted to visit her, her family would ride a train from the city. Can we go visit the farm today? Yes, our Uncle John lives there now. We can drive there this afternoon. Is this the farm? Yes. Is it beautiful? I can imagine my grandma and all of her cousins playing here. Let's go inside, Uncle John. Let me have a key. The boy is playing with his cousin. The girl is playing with her cousin. The boy is swaying with her cousins. The girl is swaying with her cousin. I like being an only child because I don't have to share my toys. This is my brother. This is my twin. These girls are twins. She's imagining that she's on the beach. He told the line to his teacher that he had studied. He told her teacher that he had studied. He told a lie. He didn't study. Have you ever imagined what the grandmother's life was like? I know she lived on a farm and she had many aunts, uncles, and cousins. Did you know her favorite cousin used to visit her on the farm every year? When she wanted to visit, her family would ride a car from the city. Is this the farm? Let's go inside. My Uncle John let me have a key. Is this a fireplace? They cook dinner for everyone. It's very big. Yes, it had to be big to a big family. I'm happy that someone from our family still owns the farm. Our grandpa and her cousin had a lot of fun then. Is this the fireplace they used to cook to everyone? It's very big. Yes, it had to be big for a big family. Uncle John likes the house to look like. Uncle John likes this house to look like it did when our family first built it. Let's look up here. When she visited, our grandma and her cousin shared this bed. I'm happy that someone from our family still owns the farm. Yes, I like imagining how the life was like in the past. Yes, I like imagining how the life was like in the past. Grandma and her cousin had a lot of fun then like we now. My parents are both single in 1975. They met each other in 1976. They got divorced. They got divorced in 1985 when I was 6 years old. My father remarried and he still married. He's still married. My mother hasn't been married, but she has a boyfriend. Grandma and his cousin had a lot of fun then, like we do now. The teacher is solving a complex math problem. This looks simple, but it represents a complex idea. This is a simple music. This is complex music. The boy is solving a simple math problem. They are playing a complex game. They are playing a simple game. She's trying to solve a complex puzzle. The students has a question. The teacher is answering his question. The students has a problem. The teacher is solving her problem. Will you go swimming? Of course not. It's too cold. It depends on the weather. I might go swimming later. Of course not. I broke my leg. Of course. I used to go swimming after work. I will always go swimming after work. I'm sorry I can't let you get into the theater unless you give me your tickets. We can't eat at this restaurant unless we have a reservation. You can't watch television unless you eat your vegetables. It was a mistake to put this soap in the washing machine. It was a mistake to forget my wife's birthday. They made a mistake when they forget to buy gas. It was a mistake to carry so many dishes at the same time. Too many plates at the same time. The singer is nervous about her person tonight. He's nervous about his date tonight. He doesn't know anything about the woman she's meeting. He's confused about he's nervous about the play. He's excited about the play. He's confused by the play. She's excited because her grandchild are visiting her. This is a very simple dinner to make. You only need bread and cheese. I'm an employee of a video game design company. This is Josh. He's my co-worker. There are 3 more co-workers on our team. I work on a photography team. Despite being on different teams, we sometimes work together. She's my co-worker, but she's my friend. She's also my friend. He's talking to his co-worker about their new project. A good salad depends on fresh vegetables. The color of a banana depends on how ripe it is. The size of a tree depends on how old it is. Playing piano well depends on how much you practice. He's confused about when his flight depart. They are excited because they won the race. He's nervous about his date tonight. He doesn't know about the woman he's meeting. They are confused because they don't know where they are. He's nervous about the play. You can't watch television unless you eat your vegetables. This produces a lot of electricity unless it's cloudy. You'll lose the race unless you are the fastest runner. You would have won the race, but you weren't the fastest runner. I'll be there for dinner unless the train is late. I would have arrived for dinner, but the train was late. Can I have a party? Yes, you can have a party unless you fail your exam. Can the packages arrive tomorrow? It depends. It won't arrive unless you mail it today. It's easy to see a star if it's near the Earth. For example, the star Neary is near the Earth and is easy to see. An earthquake can be dangerous and damage the city, damage buildings. For example, an earthquake in 1906 was strong and destroyed most of a city. Someone can be a citizen of two countries. Can you give me an example? For example, because my mother is American, my father is French, so I'm a citizen of the two countries. I like studying astronomy because there are many complex because there are many complex problems left to solve. Can you give me an example? For example, people don't yet know how to live on the other planet. The man is playing a complex instrument. The boy is playing a single instrument. The girl is playing with a simple toy. The woman is playing with a complex toy. Will this package arrive tomorrow? Are you going to play golf tomorrow? It depends on the weather. It depends on the weather. If it rains, I won't. If it doesn't rain, I will. Are you going to water your garden today? Are you going to water your garden? It depends on the weather. If it rains, I won't. If it doesn't rain, I will. Earthquakes can be very dangerous and damage buildings. For example, earthquakes can be dangerous and damage buildings. For example, an earthquake in 1906 was strong and it destroyed most of a city. For example, we don't yet know how to live on the other planet. Some people are citizens of two countries. Can you give me an example? For example, because my mother is American, my father is French, so I'm a citizen of two countries. I see a mistake in the design of the video game. What's the mistake? I don't understand the words in the video game. It's too complex. It's very complex. The words are very simple at the beginning, but as you learn the language, the video game teaches many complex words. Of course, the end looks very complex. Of course, the end looks very complex if you don't understand the word on the beginning. Excuse me, the coat you gave me is not mine. I'm sorry, I made a mistake. Excuse me, I ordered a vegetarian sandwich, but you gave me a chicken sandwich. Sorry, I made a mistake. What's an example of a bird can't fly? A penguin. What's an example of which vegetable grows in dirt? What's an example of a vegetable that grows in dirt? A carrot. What's an example of something people do every day? What's an example of something that people do every day? Drink coffee. What's an example of a serious injury? A broken leg. What's an example of something people do every day? Drink coffee. Our team just began working on a new project. My coworker and I designed a new video game. My coworker and I are designing a new video game that teaches people languages. It's a fun project to work on, but there's many problems to solve. I think your team did well at this project. Thank you. There are many problems, but we solved most of them. But we solved them. There are many problems, but we solved them. Thank you. There were many problems, but we solved them. Let's manufacture this video game as soon as possible. I want it be on the stores by the end of the year.